Okay, so right off the bat, I just want to say that this is not the sort of video that I really enjoy making or really want to put on the channel. It's not the sort of video that I enjoy watching. I'm not particularly a fan of clickbaity idiots of the week or this person deserved to be banned type videos. Nonetheless, I do think every now and then certain behavior needs to be called out, and for a few different reasons. This one kind of just got to me. So this is from a race that I did earlier on the week in LMU. It's from their Maggots Meat Grinder event that they've been running all week. It's a 40-minute race at Silverstone. Now, I didn't record this one or stream it live or anything like that. I just wanted to jump into a simulator, do a few fun races, to be honest with you. Get a bit of a feeling back for sim racing, because it's felt like a bit of a grind of late for me, if I'm being honest. So this is a little highlights package I put together just from the replay files. So without any further ado, I will hand you over to VoiceOver Dave to take you through the race. Here we are then, on the grid at Silverstone, and as you can see, much to my delight and surprise at the time, I've actually managed to qualify it on pole. Now, I can't even remember the last time that I qualified on the front row in a race, let alone on pole. I might never have had a pole in LMU, come to think of it, which is one of the reasons that what happens in this race irks me so much. The other reason being, I've been struggling a bit with sim racing recently. I've struggled with the feel of the car, it just felt like a little bit of a grind. So I was really pleased to have qualified on pole. I was the only car to do a 144. I did a 144.9 to put it on pole, so I was absolutely delighted. Unfortunately, my delight did not last very long because I'm not used to starting on pole, so the green lights caught me a little bit by surprise. And when we eventually do go, you'll see that the second place man there just absolutely gets a jump on me. And we're already in second place, heading into Cops. Thankfully, that was the only place that we did lose. We managed to keep in the second place. But yes, not the greatest start that I have ever had to a race, it has to be said. I'm not the greatest starter anywhere. I struggle on cold tyres to get the feeling. So really the first couple of laps are always a little bit me hanging on until the tyres come to life. Then I really feel that I can start to push. As starts go though, other than that, it was a pretty clean one. Looking back down the grid, I don't remember seeing any yellow flags or anything like that. It was all pretty clean. You can see third place has a little look down the inside of us there. I give it a little bit of room just to make sure there's no contact, but nothing wrong with that. He has a look, I leave him the room, but you can see he is absolutely all over the back of us right now. Like I say, I am struggling a little bit on the cold tyres, and he is practically pushing me through this quick right-left, and he's going to chuck it up the inside into here, but he locks up, and there's a little bit of contact. Nothing too bad. I mean, it's a bit of an aggressive move. I think he just misjudges his braking there, really. But we've managed to get it through pretty cleanly. No damage, certainly to me, anyway. That's just good aggressive racing, to be honest with you. I saw him coming, left a little bit of the room, and then it was just came to the point where I had to turn in at some point, and that's what caused the contact. As it is, we're still safely in second place. We're about 2.5 seconds back from the leader at this point, coming into to start the second lap of the race. But you know what? It wasn't too bad. Like I say, apart from the slightly botched start and that sort of send up the inside. Lap 1 went all right. We survived. We're in second place. We live to fight another day. So here we are. This is about 2 or 3 laps later, and as you can see, we've managed to reel the leader in purely on pace. We've actually dropped third place as well, and you'll also be able to see just up ahead there, this is the first of the GT3s coming up. So you see the leader there flashing his lights, letting that GT3 know that he's there. And again, we're right up his trumpet at this point. We really are hassling and harrying him, and he gets a little bit held up behind that BMW there. He has to go defensive in these corners. I'm going to have a little look to see if we can keep it around the outside, but he just squeezes me enough. Again, I'm going to have a look up the inside to see if I can throw it down, but again, he positions the car quite well, and really, I'm just too far back at this point. We've got a good half hour or more of the race still to go at this point, so I don't need to be making any silly moves, silly sends up the inside. I was hoping there I could maybe keep it and get in his slipstream, but I just ran wide and got on the grass. Again, we've got a GT3 in front of us that's not going to allow the lead to get through, which means we can close up, but we've got to go wide round the exit there as well. So it's really good at this point. I just think this is really good, clean, fair racing. Neither of us are doing anything silly. We're being pretty respectful to the GT3s, I think. We both know there's a decent distance in this race to go. We don't need to be making any big mistakes and causing any big incidents at this point. Another GT3 there. We managed to sweep round the outside. Not quite close enough down the hanger straight here to get anywhere near in store. He takes a slightly different line through there. He's wider on entry. I think I'm slightly quicker through there. Again, more GT3s, which again allows me to close up. But not only has it allowed me to close up, as you'll see from the off-board shot, we now have third place all over our backsides. First place, they're sticking it through underneath the Porsche. Does very well, actually, just to get out of the way, seeing the top three coming through. Third place, they're having a little look up the inside. I run a bit too deep, just nudge first place through there. Not a bad contact, that though. Do we come out onto the Wellington straight? Again, I'm trying to get a bit over on the leader, and this GT3 is just going to hold him up on exit, which allows us to get a really, really good run. We're in his slipstream at this point, and I think we've got GT3 on the outside. The leader goes deep, and we've got a chance to throw it up the inside, but we get tagged from behind. Ah. The lead would have been ours, absolutely would have been ours. You'll see from this that third place just misjudges this. Misjudges his braking zone, throws it up the inside, spins us out. And you know what? That's not even the incident. I can accept that. That is just a it's very clumsy, it's bad driving, but it's just a misjudgment. That happens in racing. It happens all the time, whether it's in a sim, whether it's professional. That kind of incident just happens. But now we have it absolutely all to do, as we've fallen all the way back to 7th place, and we've got a load more GT3s to overtake again. Nonetheless, we're only about 5-6 seconds off the lead. I know we've got good pace. We just have to keep going here, and there's still a chance of a good finish in this race. Now this is, I will admit, this is not the greatest move. That's a bit of a desperate lunge on the GT3. I push him off. Thankfully, both of us survived, so apologies to the GT3 if you're watching this video. That wasn't the best move, I will admit that. That is not how to overtake the GT3. So this is 2 or 3 laps later, and as you can see, I've closed right up on the back of the 6th place guy. Now, this is the guy I had the incident with, and I've definitely got him on pace. No doubt about it. I closed up I'm about a second a lap quicker on pace. Not that that's particularly relevant. It doesn't matter whether the guy ahead or behind of you is faster or not. It's not like I'm expecting this guy to let me through. He's more than entitled to fight for his place. Now, whether you think that's smart racing or not is another thing. If a guy's a second a lap quicker than you, and there's a good 20 minutes left to go in the race, as there is at this point, some might say, you know what, don't fight that position too hard. Just don't let him by, but if he's going to get by, let him by. Try and get in his slipstream a little bit. Try and follow him through corners. Try and increase your pace so you can catch up to the cars ahead as well. Unfortunately for me, that is not the tactic that this particular driver chose to employ on this particular day. So as we head through this fast right-left, I'm not quite in a position to do anything here, but I get a little bit late on the brakes, get a bit of a twitch on, but manage to catch it. But as you can see here, right now I'm thinking I just need to get a good run out of this corner, and we definitely do. You can see we've got a great run. We're in his slipstream. We're going to pull out, and this is where the incident happens. Now, what I'm going to do, I am just going to let this play through. I am going to let you watch this as it happens. It might be good at this point. Before I say anything about it, comment now before you see anything more. But I'm just going to let this play through, and we'll analyze it afterwards. Race over. Okay, I just want to start by looking at this first incident in the race, because I think it's worth comparing the two of them side by side, or back to back anyway. So just so you can see the kind of difference in the move that I make and the move that this guy makes on me. So let's just take a look at it. So for starters, he's coming from a long way back, right? And like I said in the voiceover, I think this is just a misjudgment by him. I don't think this is like an attempt at a dive bomb or anything. I just think he misses his braking point and it's a bit careless. So yeah, anyway, he's coming from a long way back. You can hear there he's locked up a bit. He's lost control of the steering a bit. I think at this point he knows he's in trouble. Now for me, at this point, there's no chance that he's making the exit. Absolutely no chance, unless he hits me, which he does, unfortunately. And it does in the end send us both off the track. Thankfully for him, he actually ends up ahead of me, and like I said, I might have appreciated if he'd given me the position back, but hey, you can't have everything, right? So let's compare that to the move that I make on this guy, just to see, I mean, I could be in the wrong, right? Maybe this was an uber aggressive move. I'm not, I think it was perfectly fine. I mean, yes, there was contact, but anyway, we'll run it through. Let's see what we think. First of all, what I would say is I am much closer. I am in his slipstream. I'm closing in on him. I've got to run out of down the Wellington straight out of that last corner. The move is on, as far as I'm concerned. I move over. I show quite early that I'm going for the move. This is not like I have suddenly pulled out on him and moved in the braking zone. They know I'm there, and they absolutely know I'm there, because what happens next? You get that little twitch. Now I've got to say, immediately in my head, when they make that little twitch move to try and throw me off, I'm thinking, this guy's a bit of a dickhead. Right? Because not that the move is in any way illegal necessarily. It's just maybe a little bit unsportsmanlike. It's trying to throw you off. And you can see it makes me twitch a little bit and maybe take my eye off the braking zone a little bit. I mean, I don't feel like I did, but maybe it did just do enough to distract me, which might have caused the initial contact anyway. But nonetheless. So now, at this point, I think, let's go off board. There's plenty of space. I am alongside him. They know that I am there. This guy knows that this car, me, is inside him, right? And I have made the apex. Absolutely no doubt about it. I made the apex of the corner. Now, I'm maybe what? A foot off that white line? Maybe a foot. So I could be tighter. I could definitely be tighter in here. And the line he's taking is much wider. Now for me, what he needs to do here is actually take that wider line and keep the inside line into the next corner. But he keeps pulling over. And yes, there's a bit of contact. It's not the cleanest move ever. But I would suggest that the contact that happens is as much down to them as it is to me. Now at this point, they're just still on the outside of me. Again, so I know that they're still there, right? So I think at this point, I leave them plenty of room. But they absolutely throw it up the inside. Now this second contact, as far as I'm concerned, is 100% on them. There is way more than a car's width there. And you can see he's well off the apex. And frankly, going even wider. I mean, look how wide he is. If it wasn't, he'd have ended up out here somewhere if the contact didn't happen. He's pushed me wide. Fair enough. I've just about managed to keep my front axle with his rear axle here. So again, I think I'm entitled to, and he does, to be fair, at this point, they do give me space. He's given me space on the outside there, no problem. Now, the natural line of this corner is that you would hold the inside there. I've come off maybe a little bit aggressively on the curb here, which you could argue was caused that second contact. But look how wide he is here. He should be tight in here, and he's pushing me wider and wider and wider. And now he's flashing lights at me. Now, at this point, I kind of think you could argue that this is 6 2/3, really. There was contact from my move in the first corner. He's contacted me in the second corner, which, you know, was very, very aggressive. There was a little bit of contact coming out of the long right-hander there. So 6 2/3, if you want to go there. I still think that the majority of the contact at this point has actually been his fault. But nonetheless, he doesn't like the initial move, basically. I think they think I've dive bombed them, basically, which I don't think I did. I don't think I did at all. I think it was a perfectly legitimate move. That is a purposeful contact. He clearly just turns into me there. I can't really go any further to the left. I'm already on the rumble strip. He turns into me. So again, I'm getting flashing lights. At this point, I am worried. So I just want to get as far away from him as I can. That's just a send. That's another send. Purposely spinning me, and then purposely hits me. And for all intents and purposes, at that point, I'm out of the race. I actually didn't have as much I could have continued a little bit. I think I had orange damage on the front and yellow on the back, but at that point, I'm just so exasperated that I just don't want to continue with the race, to be honest with you. So let me play it through again for you. This is from the chase point of view on my car, obviously. So again, I've just got a really good run on him through here. I'm in the slipstream. He goes defensive, fine. I pull out, he knows I'm there. That little twitch is just meant to put me off. I reckon I've made the apex. He kind of turns into me at that point. I leave him plenty of room there, and he drives into me. We managed to just stick it round the outside here. This is just good aggressive racing, I think. A little bit of door banging there. But I've got the move done. He hits me, what, once, twice, 3 times there? But we still managed to get ahead in the cops. For whatever reason, he doesn't like what I've done. Like I said, I think the majority of contact is his fault. That's a throw up the inside. That's not an overtaking point. Neither is that. I think that's a purposeful hit. That's definitely a purposeful hit. What do we do? What do we do with drivers like that? How do you race that sort of person? I don't know. It's a problem. It's a big problem because I don't want to get too much up on my high horse about that, but that's the sort of racer that ruins sim racing. You can't race that kind of person. It's just impossible. How are you supposed? What kind of overtake would they find acceptable? I don't know. It's sad, really. Now, in the chat, that person basically laughed at that incident. They said that I deserved what I got for not leaving enough space. I think they're completely wrong, quite frankly, but maybe I'm the one that's wrong. Maybe my initial move was too aggressive and I didn't leave enough space, and but I don't know what else I'm supposed to do in that situation, to be honest, apart from just not overtake them. Just not go for that move. Just sit behind them for the whole race. I really don't know. Please let me know what you think of this incident and what you think of drivers like that. If you have enjoyed this video, please leave me a like and consider subscribing for more. I hope you have a great day. Cheers, guys.